Welcome into KSU Nation, the best K-State and Big 12 podcasts out there. I'm Stevie B.
And I am Kenny G.
And in today's episode, we're going to be doing our Big 12 power rankings post week 2 and talking about K-State's debacle of a season so far, losing 24-21 to Army. Kenny, let's get right into it. Big 12 power rankings.
The Big 12 power rankings, everybody's favorite part of the show, where we see where we stack up. Now, it'd be cool to see these week to week to see like the movement of everything. But I'm going to go ahead and put K-State right down there at number 16.
Me as well. And why is that, Kenny?
Well, they just simply look like the worst team right now. They have no grit. They have no desire to be out there. It seems like we have all the talent in the world. In fact, I would say that we are one of the most, if not the most talented team, but we just can't put it together on the field for whatever reason. We just don't have the execution. And I don't even know if it's like necessarily, I don't think it's a skill issue. I think it's a will issue. You know what I mean? Coaching is definitely plays a big role in that. They're the part of the team that gets the team ready, and they're not getting this team ready. But also the culture was changed in 2022. Chris Kleiman changed it. After the COVID year, he's like, we need to switch the strategy up. It needs to be a player-led team. Well, these players are not really leading this team the way that teams in the past had, because we really don't have the guys, the gamers, the guys that can, grit it out and actually perform. So, if you're not going to do that, then, if you're not going to be physical and if you're not going to show up and, play physical football in this conference, you ain't getting very far. And as of right now, from what they've shown, this is the worst team in the Big 12.
K-State is the only team in the conference of 2 losses so far this year. They're the only team with a conference loss so far this year.
They should have been 3. They should have been 0-3.
Yeah, I mean, they're 3 points away from being 0-3. I mean,
every single game they've played, it's been either a win by 3 points or a loss by 3 points.
Wild. Yeah. Copy and paste everything you said. I'll share more at the end when we talk about K-State and Army.
Sure.
Moving on to 15. It's got to be Oklahoma State. I mean, they lost 69-3 or something stupid, crazy.
Yeah, they lost by 66 points. I mean, that's just unbelievable. If you're a Power 4 school, it's not like you're some FCS school going in or a high school team going into Oregon to try to. I bet a high school team could probably play better than this. Like, it's insane seeing that Mike Gundy's team that he put together. I mean, you say trust Mike Gundy. I don't know if I can trust him anymore.
I trust him about as much as I trust Klanderman's defense right now.
Right, exactly. And so
do you have him 15 as well?
I will put them at 15, but it's, they're fighting for 16, dude. They really are.
I mean, I just couldn't move K-State at 16 after losing last week. I mean, you can't move up because I had him 16 last week. So.
That's correct. From there, I either go West Virginia or UCF, but I want to say probably West Virginia. I mean, they go and they lose to Ohio. Now, granted, Ohio beat Iowa State a couple years ago, or was it last year? Was it last year?
It was a couple
years ago. That's right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not like harping on them too bad, but it just doesn't look like Rich Rod has the dudes. And you know what? Honestly, West Virginia fans, before you start blowing up our comment section, you guys already are acting like, you want to fire Rich Rod already. But the thing is that you need to give him some time. You can't just expect a guy to walk in with a brand new squad and think that he's just going to win automatically. I know it's the transfer portal, but you got to give him a little bit of grace. But as of right now, it ain't going to be good. I mean, Neil Brown had the team have like a 500 team or whatever at best. He left. A lot of the players left. You're left with, nothing basically.
And he's left with a bare cupboard.
basically nothing. And you're trying to rebuild a team. It's going to take some time. So you got to be
Yep.
patient. But as of right now, 14 is as high as I can go for West Virginia. And
Same.
then UCF would have to be 13.
Dude, you and I have the same bottom four.
Well, I mean,
Not even kidding.
When we start getting more sample size, you like our eyes are. I mean, we're not going to just lie to ourselves. I mean,
No.
my shirt says K-State Wildcats, but that doesn't mean I'm delusional. Okay, like
Right.
I preseason, I was like, yo, this is the year of K-State. I've been saying it since last year. But over the last 3 weeks, I have completely taken that. I am eating crow. I like everybody says their team's going to win the national championship before the season starts.
In off season, everyone thinks in off season they had the greatest team ever assembled.
But it wasn't just us saying that we were also the odds were in our favor.
Yeah, preseason title odds right here, K-State number 1.
Right. And so, it's not like it was just us guys blowing smoke out of our faces. We genuinely saw what we had, and we were like, wow, the talent is through the roof, the recruiting through the roof, the retainment of talent was through the roof. So we're just like, okay, we don't have a new coach. We've got all this talent. We have a lot coming back. We have a lot coming in. We're upgrading in areas we needed. It's going to be amazing. And it hasn't been amazing.
No, it does not. In terms of UCF, I mean, I know they blew out their opponent, but that has to be one of the worst teams I've ever seen assembled, like ever. They're absolutely terrible. They have a new coach as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, they haven't been impressive. Like, I mean, yes, what they did last week was impressive, but that team is just as bad, if not worse, than Portland State. So I can't move up any higher than that. 12, I'm going to go Colorado. I don't think they looked that amazing against Delaware. In fact, they kind of struggled early for a while there. And then obviously we saw what they did in week 1 against Georgia Tech, which we know Georgia Tech is a good team too. They're, they could be a ACC title favorite at this point. They're pretty good, but I just don't think they've improved enough on offense through 2 weeks to be any higher than number 12.
Well, didn't they have an off week? They had a bye week.
No, they played Delaware.
Oh, what am I talking? Who had the bye week? It was TCU.
TCU.
That's right.
I don't know how you have 1 week and then have a bye week.
Yeah, that's really bad luck for them in their schedule. Yeah, I mean, Colorado I think would be a good one. I'm also looking at Cincinnati as well. But I think Colorado is probably fair. I'll put them at number 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they where is it? I'm pulling up the scores right now. Colorado won 31-7. They were up 17-7 at halftime. Okay, moving on. Number 11, I have Cincinnati. You just talked about it. You could have done one or the other. They didn't look great against Bowling Green. They gave up 20 points. They won 34-20. Their offense looked better than I thought it would, but their defense looked even worse. They've given up 20 points in back-to-back games. Their defense isn't as bad as K-State's by any stretch, but they're not good either. Giving up 20 points at home to Bowling Green is not amazing.
Right.
I don't think their team is great right now. They're okay. But they're okay to bad.
I copy paste everything you said and copy paste the team. Also, number 10, I'm going to go ahead and just shoot right from the hip here. I'm going to go Houston.
Dude, we had the same bottom 7 teams. This is
people amazing. That don't know the show, like we don't discuss this before we get on, guys. No. Like this is literally off the cuff. Like we're doing this live. Okay.
Here's my list right here.
Oh, he actually writes it down. I'm not even writing. I didn't even write mine down.
I know you never do. You never do.
I never do. I'm just off the cuff. I think Houston, it's fair to put them here. They still don't really have an offense. I mean, they did well against their in-city rival. They've done really well against them past couple of years. So, congratulations to them. I think their defense is great. Of course, we knew that was going to happen, and we knew their defense was good. But they have to give me a little bit more on offense for me to bump them up any higher than this right here. So, yeah.
Yep. I mean, I couldn't have said it any better. Number 9, I think this is where you and I might differ. I think this is where I might differ.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll
You want me
see.
to go first? You want me to go?
I'm gonna go Arizona State.
Dude, we had the same bottom half. Oh my
Are you
gosh,
shitting?
dude.
Wow.
I
You're
am not.
shitting me.
I am not, dude.
That's crazy.
I think I had them number 9 in back-to-back weeks. Yeah. They look terrible. I think they got down 17-0 or something like that, or 20 to
How in
nothing.
the world do you get to the 1 yard line and cannot punch it in and settle for a field goal? What are we doing?
Dude,
What are we doing?
their coach talked about it after the game. They did not have a great week of practice. They thought they could just roll in to Starkville and get a dub, and they couldn't. I mean, that just shows you any given Saturday, any team can win. And if you are not showing up ready to play, you're going to get beat. And that's exactly what happened to Desert Devils team. He says they're going to be fine. ASU will be fine. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe.
I have no doubt. Like, look, Sam Levitt is still Sam Levitt. Okay.
Yeah.
But the problem is that the game that you lost, the implications of that loss was one of the biggest implications of any game, because here we have a defending Big 12 championship team. Now, I understand it's not the same team, but it's a top contender for the Big 12 going against a bottom of the barrel SEC school. And everybody's watching this to see how the Big 12 stacks up against the SEC. And we laid an egg.
The Big 12 has looked pretty bad so far, honestly.
We lost to Auburn. We've lost to Mizzou. We've lost to Mississippi State. This is not a good showing against the SEC.
No.
And this is just, and then to make matters worse, Oklahoma State goes and loses 66 points to Oregon. This Power 2 conference is making a really good point as to why they ought to be in their own league.
Lost to Nebraska as well in there. Let's throw that out there.
Right. The only saving grace is that Iowa State beat Iowa. But that is like such a
and that came down to the end.
That came right. It always does, though. It always does.
It does.
And so, yeah, Arizona State, it's not that I don't think you're going to end up here, just like Steve said in the previous shows when we do power rankings. But I think what you had showed right there was not good.
No.
And it like
I was worried after week 1. I had them pretty low. You guys were calling me crazy. I didn't think they looked that good in week 1. And I look kind of smart in week 2. I kind of look smart.
Yeah.
I want people to say I look kind of smart.
I actually had to be, I was giving them the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, listen, it's a home game. They're playing loose. They're having a good time. They had to play their in-state little brother up north. It's like, that was their Super Bowl. So they played them a little hard. And I was like giving them the benefit of the doubt that they could be a little sloppy because, they could be looking at Northern Arizona and be like, okay, whatever, like, let's just clean these guys up. Don't worry. Like, shoo fly, don't bother me. But
let's not forget a Big 12 team just lost to Army. A Big 12 team just lost to Ohio. I mean, the Big 12 looks pretty bad right now.
All around. I don't know what is going on. This is not a good sign, not a good showing.
No.
So, all right, we got our bottom 8.
I'll go next.
Yeah, you go, because I've picked, I think, the last 3 or something.
I got KU at number 8. I think they've looked good enough to be in the top half. But their defense gave up 500 yards to Missouri. They had a decent lead to start the game. It was a rivalry game, but their defense, just like K-State's, could not get off the field. 500 plus yards. They looked good the first 2 weeks. They did, until they actually played a team with a heartbeat. Granted, it was on the road. Granted, it was a rivalry game. Right now, I have them as the gatekeepers of the top half of the Big 12. Number 8.
Yep, number 8 for me. I'm going to go Utah.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm going Kansas.
Oh, a little
yeah.
Pat McAfee on me.
Yeah, no, it's definitely Kansas, doing. Look, I'm going to say this right now, Steve. As a K-State fan, I hate giving KU anything on this podcast.
Same.
JD6 is back.
Their offense is incredible to watch. I mean, watch that offense and then go watch K-State play, and it's night and day, man. It is. Now, their defenses both stink. Both defenses are god-awful. But their offense, you said it right, man.
JD6 is back. And I think I said this before earlier today with my boss. This is probably the year that KU breaks the streak.
I agree. After what I saw this past weekend, I wasn't for sure, but after what I saw this past weekend, KU is 100% breaking the streak and beating K-State. For the
JD6 is back. They're in their brand new field. We're playing at their brand new field. It's literally all the things are lining up. And then the way that K-State season's gone so far, we're not winning an 18th game. It's stopping. Or 17th game. We're not winning 17 straight. We're only going to stop. We're stopping at 16. KU's going to get the win. It's going to be mayhem because they haven't beat us in 16 years. And this is the year it's going to happen. Unbelievable.
Yep. The same year we have Avery and Dylan and Lincoln Cure. Yeah, I agree. Okay, moving on. I don't want to say anything else nice.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put Arizona here. I think I can't put them any higher than number 7 right now.
Okay, I have them higher. So, we disagree.
Yeah. So Arizona, to me, I think they haven't really played anybody good. Now they're about to play K-State this week in a short week at home. Not sure what the turnout's going to be in Tucson on a Friday. Usually you'd want a game like that on a Saturday so everybody can show up. But, Arizona has not played anyone, not a single team that's even worth holding a candle to. So
but their offense looks good though, man. Their offense,
it looks like Fafita has got his mojo back, but again, I don't know. I really just don't know how well they are, good they're going to really are.
They're going to beat K-State.
We'll have to see, but I mean, again, just from what they've shown, they look like they're better than K-State.
Yep.
But we just have to see what's going to happen because again, like I said, K-State has the most talented roster on this list, but they don't play like it. They're not playing like it at all. So it doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how many stars next to your name are. It doesn't matter how much money you got in the transfer portal or in the NIL. If you can't do anything on the field and your team loses every game, then it doesn't matter. None of that matters. So Arizona, I got them number 7 just simply because I can't put them any higher than that for me.
I'm going to go Baylor at number 7.
Interesting.
They came back to win against SMU. Otherwise, I would have put them lower. They were down by 14 points with 6 minutes left in the game, and they came back to send it to overtime to win in overtime. I still have serious question marks about their defense. I mean, they gave up 38 in week 1. They gave up 45 in week 2. They were lucky to win that game. Very, very, very lucky to win that game. I think they have enough talent to win 8 games or so, maybe more if their defense can figure it out. But right now, I can't put them any higher than 7. They haven't looked better than my number 6 team, and that would be your number 7 team, Arizona. I think they've looked pretty good. I think Brent Brennan deserves a little bit of credit considering what he has turned around in such a short time. From how horrible they were last year, it felt like he was on a hot seat for a long time. When you have Tedero McMillan and Noah Fafita, and you are that bad, I mean, all the fingers are pointed at you, but considering what they've done so far this season, I have them in the top 6, man. I think they look pretty good offensively, defensively, but we're going to find out real quick this week when they play a Big 12 team in a non-conference game on Friday night, 8:00 Central against K-State. Shout out Trey Spivey, former K-State wide receiver, for scoring a touchdown last week in Arizona's win.
Trey Spivey, son of a gun.
Who do you got number 7 or number 6? I mean,
Yeah, I'm not going to go Baylor here either. And I'm going to go TCU, and here's the reason why. They've only played one game. They've
Whoa.
only played one game, and yes, it was a fantastic game.
Oh yeah, they
Okay,
looked amazing.
they looked very, very good, but it's been one game, and it was against North Carolina, and we have no idea how good North Carolina
Oh, they
is.
stink. They absolutely stink.
So, and I know I'm kind of knocking them for having a bye week, but I just feel like you've only played one game. Everybody else has played two or more. So it's going to be hard for me to. Now they're going to play SMU, which is really interesting. The SMU scheduled two Big 12 teams in their schedule this year. Really weird. But that'll be exciting to see. Now, I'm not saying that like TCU played like the sixth best team. I just think that they didn't do anything this week, so it's hard to.
Okay, what you're saying is the top 5 teams have shown you more so far.
Yeah, and they actually
I get it.
did something last week. TCU didn't do anything but sit on their couch that last week. So.
Okay, I get it. Top 5.
I'll put Baylor in my top 5. Okay, and I agree with everything you said about the defense, right? But I can't get over the fact that their quarterback already has almost 1,000 passing yards in 2 games. I mean, it's like 800, but like it's up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
it's up
this
there.
guy is slinging it all over. This dude's probably going to have like 5,000 passing yards by the end of the season.
Right.
It's incredible. Their offense is crazy good. And their offense, I mean, look, if you're going to be able to sling the football like that, how good does your defense need to be, honestly? Like, if you can just keep racking the points up, it's sort of like a shootout game every game with them.
It would almost be better if K-State had a defense like theirs, where they just let them score really quickly versus the defense that just lets them go consistently down the field, converting every 3rd and 4th down conversion, right? Keeping their K-State's offense out the field, but I digress.
Right. So I'm going to put Baylor there just because they've just been really impressive offensively. Now, of course, you've got their defensive issues, but I think as long as the offense is firing on a high clip, I think that they'll figure it out and they'll win a lot of football games. Like you said, 8 games, I think is like the trajectory. If they don't get their defense figured out, I still think they win 8 games just because their offense.
Yep.
So
sorry about dragging that K-State field onto the website. I don't know why I did that. Accident, obviously. Number 5, I got to go BYU. I've held off long enough. They played a high school team in week 1. Portland State is probably the worst team that you could play, that anyone could play out there. Them and North Carolina A&T got to be the 2 worst teams I've ever seen. And they didn't look super impressive. I mean, you went 27-3. Their defense is really good. But I mean, Stanford lost to Hawaii, and Arizona put up a 40 spot against Hawaii, right? So you think that BYU should have beat them 60-0, right? I think their offense is still trying to find itself at this point. Their defense is going to be great under Kalani Sitake, but I have not seen enough from the offense against a team with a heartbeat to put them any higher at this point than number 5.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll put BYU. Basically, what you said, strength of opponent. But honestly, dude,
you have number 4.
Yeah, number 4. And here's my reasons why. So everything I said about Baylor and their offense being so great, and then their defense being like kind of a struggle bus. BYU is literally the opposite. Now, I think it's more important to have a very, very strong defense, especially in this league, because we've realized that defenses are way more important right now to have. I mean, so BYU having a solid defense, holding, their teams to like basically no points or like a field goal, 0 touchdowns. That's impressive. To do that back-to-back weeks, that's a really good sign. And what is it? Bear, whatever his name is, number 40, whatever.
Bachmeyer or something.
Bear Bachmeyer, whatever.
Yep.
Hey, he doesn't have to do much if their defense is not. If shutting down their team. I mean, like, just hand the ball off, just get some points here and there, like if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. And more power to them. So
I think BYU fans should be happy with where they're at right now, honestly.
Absolutely. You lost your starting quarterback at the beginning of the season, and according to KSU Nation, you're at week 2 right now, sitting in 4th place, 5th place.
Yeah. I mean, and they have one of the easiest schedules in the entire Big 12. So
that's right.
I think BYU fans should be pretty happy with where they're at, all things considered. My number 4, you already said it, TCU. They've only played 1 week. They looked really, really, really good in that 1 week. You and I are just off by like 1 or 2 at the most here in our top 7.
Yeah.
I just want to see more from them. I think the teams in the top 3 have shown me more. They've looked better overall because they have more data to look from. So I just have them number 4. I think they've looked really good in that 1 week, but I want to see more. I want to see them against a team with a heartbeat. Number 3, I'm going to jump the gun here. I'm going to go Texas Tech. And I know people are going to go crazy about that.
I have them there the same.
Okay. I think they've looked really good offensively and defensively through 2 weeks. But again, I want to see them play against a team with a pulse. And I think the top 2 teams have just looked better offensively, maybe not as great, but as a whole team, offense, defense, special teams, the top 2 teams look like complete teams. Texas Tech looks really, really, really good on offense. Okay on defense, okay to good on defense. But they have, again, we talked about it with BYU, one of the easiest schedules in the entire Big 12. So if they don't make it to Arlington, which you and I picked them to go to Arlington preseason, I think their Texas Tech fans would be pretty mad considering they've never actually even won a Big 12 championship. Why do you have them number 3, Kenny?
I mean, they basically, what you said, they've been blowing the doors off of these teams that they're going against. And then you're like, man, who are these teams? And you're like, oh, yeah, they're really not anybody that is special. Nope. They're supposed to blow the doors off of those teams. And I think that's what makes, some of these other schools so frustrating to watch. The ones that are the bottom of the list, they should have been winning their non-cons way more, but they're not, or they're not winning them at all. But Texas Tech is taking care of business. Look, Texas Tech fans need to realize that us putting you at 3rd is not a knock. They have not done anything wrong. Texas Tech has not done anything wrong this year. It's just that the schedule is playing against you in our eyes, but all it takes, look, Texas Tech Baylor is going to be massive. Or is it Texas Tech Utah? Which one are they playing first? It happens next week. You're muted, Steve. I don't know what you're saying.
Texas Tech plays Oregon State next week.
Baylor I'm saying
Samford next week. Are you asking?
I'm saying the week after.
Texas Tech first game is Utah at Utah.
That's what I'm saying.
20th. That's gonna be a great weekend.
The first game of the season for Texas Tech in conference play. That's gonna be a banger of a game.
Yeah, and that's against my number 2 team. I have Utah number 2.
Yep, same.
Okay. So we have the same top 3.
Which means that number 1 is obviously Iowa State.
Yeah, where is Iowa State? Oh, there it is.
And to put it plainly, I mean, Iowa State just has the grit and the want to and the will to win games. And they're led by a quarterback who isn't the most talented quarterback in the world, but man, his drive and his grit and his gamer mentality of wanting to get the win. And he does whatever he needs to do to get the win. Man, you got to love a team like that. That's the kind of team that I thought K-State was going to be this year. Unfortunately, that is not the case. And again, Utah, look, you're taking care of business at UCLA. You're coming home and you're taking care of business at home. It didn't look as good, but it looked pretty good. It wasn't bad. But
63-9 is pretty good if you're Utah. That's pretty good. We thought it would be a shutout. We did. I think I picked 59-0. What were you, 55-0?
It was like I didn't give him any points, but there were at times that it looked a little fishy at the beginning. I remember watching the game and I was like, this looks a little off. But then, then they figure it out. They make the adjustments, and it could just be a little bit of first home game jitters, kind of thing. And that's excusable. I'm not putting anything. Look, you guys are top 2. I wouldn't say anything negative about that. And the only reason I really think that Iowa State's number 1 is because they've got 3 wins. They got an extra win over,
and it's a conference win.
and they've got a conference win. So
Yep.
just that alone. I mean, and not only that, like their wins are quality wins. K-State, South Dakota, Iowa, those are quality wins. They're not going and playing a bottom feeder team or a group of 5 team.
They're not
or
playing
FCS.
Portland State. They're not playing North Carolina A&T.
Right. They're literally going out and they're playing Power 4 teams. Like
Cal
that's
Poly.
crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
Bowling Green.
Yeah, I mean, copy and paste everything you said about Utah. I want to say this about Iowa State. I had the number 1. They look very much like K-State 2011, 2012. You wanted to see in 2012 of K-State win 9 or 10 games just to show that 2011 was not a fluke. And what did K-State do? They looked really, really, really good, starting 10-0 before losing to Baylor, ended up winning the Big 12. This is kind of that same makeup, man. They got that quarterback that's got that grit you talked about. Their defense is really solid. They know how to win close games. They have great leadership, a great coach. They look like the team everyone thought K-State would be this year. They're looking really, really, really good. And like you said, man, they're the only team with the conference win. They got to win over a Big 10 team. They're not playing the Kent States of the world and all of that. I think Utah's really good. I think Texas Tech is really good. And we're gonna see over the next month or two how good each one of these teams are. But
yeah, it's gonna be consistency. It's like that's gonna be the name of the game, is consistency for these teams at the top. Can you stay consistent with your game? And health obviously plays a big role in that, of course. Getting people that get injured, that can sway a whole entire season. I mean, look at K-State. Number one offensive player for K-State went out before the first snap of the game on offense. So, and that has completely derailed their season. It happened to Utah last year with Cam Rising. So it can happen to anybody. It can happen in any moment. You hope that teams stay healthy. If you're at the top and you're fans of these teams at the top, you're hoping that these teams maintain good health and stay consistent with their game. Because if they're playing like this just consistently, look, if Utah, Iowa State, Texas, if they even have a bad game, they'll win games. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how good they're playing. So
I agree.
All that being said, congratulations to those teams. On to the next week. But that, for me, man, that's my power rankings this week.
Yeah. I just want to say one last thing before we move on. Iowa State has a very favorable schedule. Texas Tech has a favorable schedule, and BYU has a favorable schedule. I think 2 out of those 3 are going to Arlington as I sit here on Monday, September 8th. But yeah, like you said, man, that's our Big 12 power rankings post week 2.
It's funny, Steve. You said 2 out of those 3 are going to Arlington. It's like, well, obviously 2 of them are going because you can't send 3 teams to Arlington.
No, I mean, it could be 1, and it could be 1 from the rest of the list.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Like, okay.
I got you. Here, Kenny.
I got you.
That's our Big 12 power rankings post week 2. Okay, Kenny. Here's the part of the show. If you're a K-State fan, stick around. If you're not, maybe don't stick around unless you want to see us ball our eyes out. Kenny, you and I were both at the game. This is your first K-State game of the season. You got to witness K-State looking absolutely stinky, not being able to stay on the field, offense dropping passes, not being able to Avery finally had a turnover. Defense can't get off the field. Another special teams mistake. I kept thinking, I was like, okay, all game, I'm like, okay, the special teams hasn't done anything bad. In fact, there was a good play in there. Has the special teams turn the corner, and then another bad play by the special teams, man. I don't know what to say about this team other than they're undisciplined. They lack leadership. They stink. The receivers block the balls. O-line can't block. Defense is horrid. The secondary. I mean, when you're giving up 4th down after 4th down after 4th down against a quarterback that can't even throw the ball, yikes, bro. K-State fans definitely need to be panicking right now.
I remember, like, I had end zone seats, and I watched their quarterback on, I think, 5 occasions during 4th down drop to go for a pass, and then a valley of a hole opens up, and then he just runs for the yards. Every single time they did that. I was like, oh my God, he's not throwing the ball. Why are we dropping back when he's going? He's not gonna throw it. He's pretending, and then he's gonna run right up the gut.
He threw like I think he threw like 6 passes all game. One of them was for a touchdown on
People
4th
that
and
are
1.
people that are listening to this, what makes this game so hard to swallow? Army's biggest play was 20 yards. That was their biggest play. And it came in the form of one pass, basically.
They kept K-State off the field. I mean, I had
Their
a friend
offense.
message me. Yeah, K-State's offense off the field. I had a friend message me like, "How do you guys only have like 4 plays in the second half?" And I was like, "Well, let me explain it for you here." Army had the ball. K-State stopped them. K-State had a ball for 4 plays and had a punt. 15-yard touchdown drive. Kick return for a touchdown for K-State. Another 15-play touchdown drive for Army. And then the onside squib kick, whatever you want to call it. Army ball again, and they come down to score again. Like, dude, I don't know what to say.
They had 45 consecutive plays on
Is
offense.
that what it was? It was 45.
45 consecutive plays on offense.
Oh my God, dude. No way.
45 plays on offense. Like the defense, and you hate to see it because it's like they're getting cut at the legs. I get it. Like I
don't
played
want
that
any excuses. I don't want to hear any excuses. You played a group of 5 team that lost
Yeah.
an FCS team the week before. I don't want to hear any of that crap.
Yeah, for sure.
Hire a better strength coach. Like I know
exactly.
Carroll left. Get someone better. Like everyone that they hired from within, the strength coach, the O-line coach, the OC, all of them have looked terrible so far. Like those have to be the 3 worst hires in Kleiman's career, man. What the hell?
Yeah, exactly. I think, you know, what's amazing is usually in this situation, most people are like going for the OC's head. I think Matt Wells is calling a really good game, dude.
I don't think he's calling a great game. I think he's calling an okay game. I think
he's calling a good game. Now, is he not calling plays for Avery to run?
Yes,
no.
Avery should be the entire offense without Dylan out there. Should he not be the focus of the entire offense?
Yeah.
They should be using him like they use the Georgia Tech quarterback.
I 100% agree with you, man, but they're not using him for whatever the reason is. But these pass plays, they were money. Like Avery was cooking in the pocket. And the problem is we have receivers, this is hilarious. Our best threat on offense is the receivers that we got from the transfer portal. We actually have 3 wideouts that are actually damn good. We haven't had that in years, dude.
They're still dropping passes, man. They're still
drop passes. But dude, it's better than Joe Jackson running up the gut. It's better than Devon Rice trying to run on the outside.
The O-line can just not block.
The O-line cannot run block, which that
means you need to go to the outside. You need to get to the corner every time with that speed.
But again, our corners or going to the corners, our wide receivers are not good blockers. They are finesse players. They're finesse players. They're
6'5". How can he not block?
I don't know. See, that's the thing is like we have a bunch of finesse players that are extremely talented. Like they have skill through the roof. They're fast. They've got great hands when they want to be. And they know how to get open. The only problem is that putting it all together just doesn't work. And they don't have the toughness that K-State is really known for. And that's why it's hard for fans to like get on board with that because we're not used to a team that is kind of led this way. We don't have like that gritty toughness aspect. Like,
I agree.
You know, when you see like a Colin Klein or, you know, either like even like a Skylar Thompson had that grit to him. So, even though he was a little bit more of a finesse guy. Same thing with like a Friedman, like Josh Friedman, like he was also a little bit more of a finesse guy, but he had grit too. So we just don't have the toughness there. And then again, yes, it really does fall a lot on the line and
the head coach.
And yes, of course, the head coach. The head coach has given the responsibility to the players because he's like, this is a player-led team. Well, and here, okay, I'm going to give a shout out to John Kurtz because He
I went to college
actually
with him. Great guy.
great guy. Love that guy. Um, he actually brought up a point that I think is really, really intelligent. The guy's really smart.
Oh, insanely smart. And has
With
the best voice ever.
think about this for a second, Steve. Chris Kleiman, he's got a lot of money poured in to this team. This is the era of the transfer portal. You have established this being a player-led team. Okay. So how do you get a guy who's got millions of dollars, to get brought over here? And you're like trying to find the balance between coaching him hard and like also making it to where he doesn't just redshirt himself and then go like to the, just leave the next year. You know what I'm saying? It's like a fine line that, like, to where you're like, now at some point, Chris Kleiman's just got to bite the bullet and say, look, if you're not going to listen to me, then get out, because
Yep.
he ultimately has the say over that. But are you willing to bet millions of dollars on that kind of bet? Like that's the whole idea behind what he was saying, is that
I agree.
trying to get your star players, or your high dollar transfer portal guys. They're coming from other schools. They're treating this like a job. Like, they're not dedicated to K-State. They don't want to be in Manhattan, Kansas. Like, they'd much rather be in freaking South, like Southern California, or freaking
South
like
Beach, Miami.
South Beach, Miami. They'd rather do that than like be in Manhattan, Kansas, or like even even if they were like in Austin, Texas, or you know what I mean, like something better than that. But the problem is that we got them here, and we spent the money on them, and we're trying not to spook them off. We want to try to retain these guys, because
Yep.
and that's the problem. That, I think, is the problem. Trying to retain the guys that have all this talent, so you don't just basically lose out on millions of dollars, because K-State doesn't have millions upon millions of dollars coming in, to buy these players. And so I think it's a balancing act, and it's tough. It's really frustrating, man. You get all this talent. I've heard people say that this reminds them of the 2001 season or 2002 season,
2001.
2001 and the 2006 season, where K-State was projected to do amazing. And then they had like a 5-4, like a 6-5 record,
5-6 record in
five,
2001.
there you go. Yeah. 5-6, not impressive at all ending, but like they had like all the pieces to be, one of the best teams that year, and it just didn't work out. It's looking like that's the case here, but I think worse, because for the first time in like the history of K-State, starting 1-2, I think Bill Snyder probably had a start for 1-2, but it was a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
So we have not started 1-2 in a very long time. So it's looking pretty grim.
Was it 2020?
I don't know.
K-State. No, I think they started 2-1, because they lost to Arkansas State. They beat Oklahoma. They beat Texas Tech, and then they beat TCU, and they beat KU. So K-State was actually 4-1, and then they lost every game after that to finish 4-6.
Right.
So,
right. So
I mean,
they just they've never had this start before. Like Chris Kleiman has never started this bad before, ever. And this is a really big moment in the history for his, like, basically his career. Like,
yep.
What do you do when everything you had pocket aces, and you bet your hand with pocket aces, and the flop came out 7-4, like all off suit, and you're like, actually, that's pretty good. It came out like 7-9, like 2 or something like that. Like, that's what.
Yeah. I mean, and I still go back, and I know this is an excuse, but when you have that many new people on your staff, and you're going over to Ireland instead of having that as a home game, I really think that plays into how badly K-State has played this year. They cannot figure out how to do anything correct after that, man. They look like this year's or the 2024 Florida State team that finished 2-10.
A lot of people are saying that. Everybody's saying the 2 and
Yeah.
10 team from Florida State because
Mhm.
it's like a curse or something
It is.
that going overseas. And
Whoever loses has a bad season.
dude, I'm not really a
I don't get it.
superstitious kind of guy. I'm not really into superstition, but I'm having it hard. It's very hard for me to believe that K-State is just laying over and letting themselves get completely wiped up. It's
Dude,
I
K-State took a timeout. And then the very next play, Army scored a 25-yard touchdown run, man. Like that looked like they laid down to me. Like they were like, okay, I didn't like what coach said, so I'm just not gonna play this play, man.
Yeah, it's hard to know what's going on in the locker room and
I
what's
don't
being
know.
said. I think Avery is a loyal guy. I don't think he's
Yeah.
going to leave K-State. But a lot of these other dudes, they can be like, yo, this is not what I signed up for. Like, I did not think we were going to be this bad. Like, I'm just going to redshirt, call it a season, and play for somebody else somewhere else.
I wouldn't blame him. I would not blame him if he did that. I really would not.
It's tough.
And you'd get more money that way too.
I mean, the brand of K-State is Avery Johnson. I don't think he wants to leave.
No, he doesn't. Not after he got Dylan here and Lincoln here, but still, man, I wouldn't blame him if he did because right now
I'm saying like all the other guys, like Jace Browns, the Jared Bradley, like I think they're like, yo, Tibbs. He's like, I'm not gonna play, dude. I did not sign up for this. I thought we were supposed to be good.
How open was Jace Brown all season or all game?
I don't want to talk about it, dude. He burned their corner and safety.
He didn't go deep like one time, not one time.
He burned.
And by the way, we had a touchdown called back. I don't know how that was a fumble, but regardless, hold on to the ball. That took points out the board, and we lost by 3. That could have been a difference in the game, man.
We dropped so many passes. I mean, I can't get over the fact that these guys are wide open. Avery is hitting them in the numbers. They have the ball in their hands and they just can't hang on to it.
Nope.
It is so freaking annoying.
It's been like that for a long time too, man. It's been like that for years.
I don't know what can we go and just work on grip strength or something? Like just go and just get like do a hangboard and just work on your freaking grip strength for an entire off season. Like every receiver requirement, hangboard for a minimum like 20 minutes. I know that's overkill, but like something needs to happen. These guys are constantly dropping the ball when the ball is in their hands. It's crazy. What is Desert Devil saying? I see my name written down here.
Go ahead and read it.
Oh, yeah, Kenny, stop. We had the effing lead with 30 seconds left and gave up a 80-yard TD. What the F? Dude, that's just like a Hail Mary throw. You know what I mean? Like people can lose that way. It just, the football gods didn't smile upon you there. What K-State had happened to them was like the craziest of it. But the thing is that they did it to themselves. I mean, putting themselves in a situation where a swift kick basically nails a guy at 100 miles an hour and it bounces off of his legs and literally goes 10 yards back to their offense or back to their kick team. And then they retrieve it. And it's like, oh, here's another 15 plays.
Yep.
Right. Of where it's just 3 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards, 2 yards, 3 yards, 5 yards. It's just like, oh my God, dude. And we can't get off the field.
He should be back. They said 50-50 this Friday. I bet they hold him out until the UCF game. There's been some rumors. There's been some rumors about how he actually injured himself.
What is it?
On the message boards. On the message boards.
Let's hear it. I want to hear it. Give me the bad news.
Well, I told you what people are saying. I'm not saying this. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm just repeating what other people said. In fact, I got a message about it today on a Twitter machine from someone. But I had already heard it. That he actually, this is the rumor mill. So take it with a grain of salt. Fans can come up with their own, conspiracy theories all the time. The rumor is that Dylan hurt himself by kicking the bench when he got off the field because he was mad at himself for fumbling. That's the rumor. That's how he actually hurt himself. Which I will say, if that's true, that's embarrassing. I will say in college, I broke my hand from punching a wall. So I've been there. I've been there. I had to put screws in my hand. It hurt real bad. I had to cast. Go back in Facebook, you'll find the photos, Kenny. But that's the rumor. I don't know if it's true, but that's what everyone's saying. I don't know. We'll never know.
If that's true, I'm just like I like the literal definition or the saying shooting yourself in the foot could not be any more true.
I agree with what this guy said. The play looked completely normal to me, but I know that happens quite a bit. I mean, look at Bo Jackson, for instance. Look at Odell Beckham Jr. I mean, a couple players that got hurt on normal looking plays. I mean, Joe Theismann is another one, right? It happens, but it looked really ordinary to me as well. Looked really ordinary.
He is a Division I athlete. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, does his ankles, and not only is he a Division I athlete, he's a Division I running back. You're telling me that his ankles don't get tweaked up a little bit when he's running in and they're grabbing his legs and he's like, getting dog piled on. You're telling me that like that doesn't happen, but like all of a sudden he like misses a punt. And I saw the foot and I'm like, man, he didn't really tweak it that bad. That's crazy, dude.
That's what I was thinking too, man. That's why everyone's like, why isn't he playing? Why isn't he in there? It didn't even look that bad.
He literally jogged off the field after that play. So if you're jogging off the field and then you kick the bench and then you have to go, yeah.
I believe it. I mean, I believe that it could happen. I'm not believing that it actually happened. I don't know for sure. We'll never know. We'll never know.
Okay. It is way more likely that happened than what we think, than what the narrative was.
I agree.
That to me is like, it's not only just embarrassing, it's like literally a self-inflicting wound to the team.
Yeah.
Like you literally, like your actions, your like selfish, like emotional actions has costed
the team.
Has costed the two. Yeah,
literally.
If it's true.
But the defense they've all been team losses. He could have helped in those two losses. Not saying K-State would have won, but he could have helped.
Oh, definitely. And I honestly keep Sterling out there on punt return. I like him.
I do. I agree. 100%.
He hasn't made a mistake once.
Do not put Dylan on special teams again. Do not.
Don't do it.
Nope. That's all I have.
I mean, I really haven't. I don't have anything else to say. I don't expect K-State to win next week. If they do, I will credit it maybe to coaching. Maybe like we have got to have.
It's not going to matter.
We got to have some sort of imagination for an offense. I mean, I don't think Matt Wells is calling bad. I think he's calling good games, but we have got to have an imagination. We cannot start every game where Joe Jackson takes the ball and runs it up the gut for first play of the game. I am so sick and why can't we start with the deep ball? Dude, if that's working for us, why can't we start with it?
I don't know how many first downs in a row, but it was a lot where K-State ran the ball up the gut on first down. It happened, I want to say in the first 6 or 7 first downs of the game. I was like, what are we doing, man? That is so predictable when you're getting in 2nd and 10 every single time because of that. Like, open it up, go deep. Like you said, man, there's no way. There's not a single corner or safety that could have stayed with Jace Brown. Not one.
He burned everybody that went up against him. They were literally playing 30 yards back. And they were jamming, like anytime they played like maybe like a 15 yards back, he would run up and they were jamming him so hard on the side that he literally was like off balance and like falling on the ground because he's literally just punching like Jace so hard so that they don't make a play. You know, it's just like, oh man.
I don't have anything else I want to say about this. We'll be back later this week for a K-State Arizona breakdown. It won't be fun. K-State's going to lose. This season's over.
Yep.
Kenny, anything else before we get out of here?
Well, definitely go Big 12 and go Cats.
I agree.